Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Thumbs, good morning. Stream boot screen is out of date. I do it to keep you humble. I do it so that you remember your origins. I need you to remember where you came from. So I do this for you. I do it for you. Actually, I need to update this screen very soon. I need to update that screen because I've potentially got a new member. But I actually need to... Well, some people might argue that it's not my... Some people might argue that it's not my responsibility. But I feel I need to check whether the person who has become a new member intended to become a new member. Because I'm not actually sure if they meant to do that or whether they meant to do a one-off donation and inadvertently they became a member. So I need to message them. And check if they're a member. And once I've done that, I will update that screen. And I will I'll update your name at the same time. Now, okay, sorry, I'm kind of looking at different screens right now, and it's because I'm trying to use, and I think I already hate it, so this is a good start. I'm trying to use Restream. I'm trying to use Restream, so at the moment we're on Twitch, and we're on YouTube. But I really don't know if I like. But the problem, what it does mean though, is I don't have chat where I normally have chat. I normally have chat like right underneath the camera as part of OBS. But because I'm not connecting to Twitch through OBS now, I don't get the chat. I also don't get the. Do you not know what this means? Someone must know what this means. I don't get the... I love how I'm pointing here, as though you guys know what used to be. You don't know what used to be there. Right, so I used to have chat here, and then here, I used to have the activity feed. That's the word. Activity feed is what I used to have. But because OBS is now like, oh, you're connected to Restream, you're not connected to Twitch, it doesn't... it doesn't give me any of that stuff, so I don't get any of those things anymore. So I don't 100% know how this is all going to work.
Come play with us forever and ever and ever.
Oh my... Do you know what, Sado? I feel like you just read my mind. I was literally about to say, I don't know if all the screen notifications are going to work because we're not connected direct to Twitch. Now that one I think, but I do have notifications that come through different places. We'll have to see how today goes. Today is a bit of an experiment. If today annoys me enough, we'll never do it again. But I do need... Do I need to do this? No, I don't need to do this at all. I want to test this. The only thing that's a bit of a pain is because Restream is not the other websites, is not Twitch or YouTube, I have to go and edit them directly on their pages, whereas I used to get to do it through OBS, but I don't get to do that anymore. There also seems to be a really big delay. Which, hang on, this is going to look weird, but I'm going to put my hand up and then I'm going to put my hand down because there seems to be a really big delay on how, like, I'm talking like minutes, like from when I've said something and done something. And I'm not sure... Oh, God, yeah, it's a long delay. Okay. There is a really big delay between me and you. So There's not much I can. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. Also, the screen. In fact, do you know what? The YouTube is so. YouTube. Can someone do me a favor? Can someone go and? Oh, actually, no. By the time you read this, you're not going to see it, are you? I was going to say, can someone go and look at YouTube and see if we are actually off the start screen yet, or whether YouTube is so far behind that it's still on the start screen. Twitch seems to be not. In fact, you know what? Twitch is as far behind as it normally is, which is weird. Twitch is ahead of Restream. Restream. So OBS is connecting to Restream, and then Restream is pushing it out to both the other two sites. Yet Twitch is ahead of Restream. That makes no sense. And then YouTube is apparently so far behind that it's still on the start screen. So I don't unless it's just my dashboard, which if it's my dashboard, that is still bad. That's still not good. I'm still not happy about that. It's about a 2.5 second, 3 second difference between Twitch and YouTube. Okay, right. So it's just my. Right. So it's okay. So it's just my streaming dashboard that is hugely behind, which is really useful. Why would I want to be so far behind everything? Anywho, we're going to try this and we're going to start doing it. And the reason why we're doing it is because if I can get over the fact that the controls aren't quite the way that they would normally be, if I can get over that, it just means I can start putting some content on YouTube. It also means I don't have to worry about VODs being deleted. So while I'm not doing very much with VODs right now, it's nice to know that once they're on YouTube, they're just on YouTube. Whereas with Twitch, I think I get something like 3 months worth of VODs on Twitch, which is great. It's great as long as you're doing stuff with them. So that's kind of the bigger reason, because sometimes what I've found is like when I've been every now and then I think about doing like compressed art videos. So just taking an art piece, chopping all the videos together, and then compressing them down so they're about 5 minutes long or something. So you just see my hand going, something like that. But whenever I get in the right frame of mind to go and do those things, the VODs have gone off of Twitch, or I have like half of them, which is really annoying. Because I've got half of them, I'm like, I can't actually do a compression of that thing because I've only got half of it. Even though in the past the time compressed videos have been phenomenally unpopular, but I still think about doing them. Now I'm curious. Okay, so if I'm on Restream's dashboard, I see. Okay, so it tells me what comes from Twitch and what comes from YouTube. Which, interestingly, Jitterbug, and I'm calling you Jitterbug right now, because when I look at the Restream dashboard, it shows me your Twitch avatar, which is JB. Telling me I've got to update my stuff. You've got to update your stuff. That's what's got to happen. Anyway, right. So I need to update the Kofi goal, don't I, to this thing? I've not done. We need to get that sorted because it's July. It's bloody July. How is it July? How is it July? Okay. Where did I put that thing on Discord? So we had the thing on Discord where we were saying the Summer Santa. I've dug my Christmas jumper out. Oh my god, could you just not, please? Now, right now, I can't see any chat. So whatever you guys are typing in chat, I can't see any of it because it's on the other screens. Summer Santa. Oh, I better save that somewhere. I need to save the gnome description before we go back to that in another month. But how was everyone's weekends? How are you all doing? How's it all going? Can I get this up on another screen? Because I really don't like not being able to see chat. Let's put, okay, yeah, this chat thing. See, I think this is the bit that will probably annoy me more than anything, is the fact that I don't have chat where I normally would have chat. And that I don't really see, there doesn't seem to be a good place to set up chat, so that irritates me. Your avatar is in need of an update, but you're not an artist. Wait, it's just some initials, Thumbs. Come on now, you can do some initials. You can do some initials. Anyway, right, sorry, I was updating Kofi, wasn't I? So Kofi, Summer Santa. 4 days to do those initials. And when you say it was 4 days to do those initials, do you mean like four evenings to do those initials? Or do you literally mean that you took 96 hours? I didn't leave, I didn't drink, I didn't eat. I spent 96 hours in front of paint doing each pixel. Just each pixel. 84 hours. Oh, okay, fair enough. Was there some sleep going on? Barely. I finally set up a restream. I'm doing the restream thing. I don't know if I like it because I don't have chat where I normally have chat. I also don't have an activity feed anymore. I don't know how I feel about it. But anyway, right, okay, so Summer Santa. Oh, I've lost the Summer Santa thing again. Right, what did we say? We said top goal, £400. Can't believe we're putting this on. Wait, first 3 weeks of July to raise the target goal, with the aim for the last week of July, for me to do festive summer streams. Goals are split up into chunks. £100 per stream, max 4 streams. What was that? Okay, I'll be in Santa hat and jumper / t-shirt. Stream will have Christmas overlay. If we don't hit the first chunk, the money will go towards a gnome giveaway instead. I think that kind of covers it all. Right. I reserve the right to not die of heat
Marnaway is a
stroke.
special gnome.
I reserve the right to not die of heat stroke. Okay, I heard that notification. So, Mana, good morning. I don't have a chat in front of me right now, so I presume you said hello as well. So, hello. All my screens are messed up this morning, but so I'm nearly there. I reserve the right to not die of heat stroke, and so. In fact, I'm just going to leave it at that. Right, target amount. There we go. We're starting at 0. For anyone who wasn't here yet last week, what started off as essentially a rant from me. It was a rant from myself, and it's now it then turned into a thing. And so I'm doing Summer Santa. And so it was kind of decided last week. Do you know what really throws me off? What's really confusing is that the video on Restream is so far behind. But I kind of had that one open because I thought the chat would be better. Because at least I can see whether there's not really anyone on YouTube, is there? Do you know, every now and then I'm just going to have to go and look at YouTube, because trying to look at the Restream thing is very off-putting because the video is so far behind. So let's put that away. Where's my Twitch chat? Where's my OGs? Where is my OGs? Right. Okay, so Kofi goal is set up, and then Twitch. Right. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yes. And what I was about to say was, yeah, we have the forfeit thing. So please, people, throw in. So the forfeit. So to clarify, the forfeit thing. So the community goal is different to Summer Santa. We're doing lots of things right now. Summer Santa is different to the community goal. So for anyone who's not been here for a bit, we're doing a gnome giveaway today. Oh God, right. Should I set an alarm? Do you know what? Someone will remind me, won't they? Someone will remind me. At 11 o'clock, we're doing a gnome giveaway. We're giving away a gnome at 11 o'clock, and that's because in June we hit the gnome giveaway target through Kofi, so that was very exciting. But what that also triggers is the community goal for the forfeit. And so yeah, for anyone who's sat on a bunch of points and you haven't spent them yet, throw them in on the forfeit. The forfeit will happen on a Saturday, and that's because obviously with the reduced gaming schedule, I figure I'll do that as an extra stream. So the forfeit ends up being a double whammy for you guys, which is one, I get to play a game that I don't really care about, and also you get an extra stream of my face. How lucky are you? But anyway, yeah. So right, so I'm doing the Restream thing. That's going on. I'm just going to go and look. I'm going to go and look at YouTube every now and then, but I don't really anticipate anyone being there because everyone's going to be here. If anyone does happen to be looking at YouTube and someone is talking in YouTube and I'm not responding to it, by all means, give me a nudge. But don't worry about it either, because I say it's literally you guys are the only guys who know I'm streaming on YouTube as well right now. So you're all here. It'll be fun. And this is terrible. Squire's actually found a way for me to spend my channel points. This is why we're doing the community goal. People have been asking me for ages. For different ways to spend points. And it seems to be whatever I set up on channel points is too expensive for a lot of people to really want to do. Like, people want ways to spend points, but then when I give them expensive ways, they go, oh, but I've been collecting these points for so long. I don't want to give away my points. No, I want to hoard them, but I want some way to spend them. So yeah, so the community goal seems to be achieving that. So that's nice. Manny, you got a few hours before you need to get dressed and head to work. Oh, well, I'm very happy that you've dropped by to say hello in the brief time before you must go to work. And Vivi, good morning, good morning. How was my weekend? My weekend was pretty busy. Which means confession time. I did not get the movies done. I didn't get the movies done this weekend. So I can't do... So they're still on my list. They've not been redeemed. But I've not done... I've got two movies to do on the Bearded movie review. What I will try and do is I might try and do one tonight and one tomorrow night. Actually, tomorrow night won't work. I will try and get them done. I'll try and get them done separately. I just didn't get a chance to do them this week. So Bearded movie review not happening right now. But they're there, so they've not gone anywhere. No one has lost points, so that's okay. Beyond that, weekend was all right. Oh my god, so much light. I should have watched them Friday night. What did I do Friday night? That meant I didn't watch the movies? Oh, do you know what? I think I was actually watching Ends. I think I was watching Twitch. I think that's why I didn't do it on Friday night. But the problem is that see, this is one of the problems, isn't it? You kind of like Twitch. You kind of have to watch it when it's happening. If that makes sense. Little bit, good morning, little bit. What was right? Hang on. Let's try and get the creative juices flowing. Busy at the moment, so just like, well, thank you very much for your alert, little bit. Thank you very much. Give me Twitch. Give me. How's... Oh, you do it like that, do you? No, give me that. Wait, how do you spell your name? Rude. Why does it do that to me? Why you do this? Why you do this? Do. There we go. We're gonna have a little bit of a dick around. A little bit of a dick around to start off with, and then we'll get on to some proper bits. He says that. It's pretty much what we do every day. It's what we do every day. That's what we got going. Ooh, not like that. Not like that. There we go. What's going on here? So we had a JB, and now it can't be a JB because it's an OT. It's an OT, not like the milk. So we need an OT instead. That's a thing, isn't it? Because like you could keep it simple and just do whoop. Look at that. Terrible. But yeah, what else? So yeah, I ended up watching some Twitch on Friday night. I was watching Enz, who is the first streamer I ever watched, and I still watch. He's great. He's great. He's a bit of a he's not. I realize he's not going to be to everyone's taste, but I really enjoy watching Enz's streams. They entertain me. He was playing Jag Alliance 2 as well. He does a lot of retro games. Does a lot of retro game stuff. And then Saturday, what did I do Saturday? Now, this is where I was a bit naughty. I was a bit naughty Saturday morning because I should have been working. I should have been working Saturday morning, and I actually played. I played a little bit of 7 Days to Die on Saturday morning, and I shouldn't have done that. That was naughty on my part, but I do like the latest update. I don't know how many people here play 7 Days. It's 7 Days I struggle with. I've put a lot of hours into it. I've put a lot of hours into 7 Days, and I think it's a really good game. The problem I have is I've played it for so long that I don't know. Like, now that it's kind of like come out of early access, I'm kind of looking at it going, do I want to put a lot of time into it? Because I've done, like, when it came out of early access, they just did a lot of like graphical updates, and they did change the gaming system a bit. Like, they changed what some recipes required and whatnot. But they didn't add, like, there's meant to be a storyline. There's meant to be a storyline to 7 Days. Because you get, like, when you start 7 Days, you get a note. You get a note which kind of says, hey, you've been thrown into the dangerous place. Let's see if you can work for us. And so there's obviously meant to be a goal to the game. But they've just not put that in yet, and it's a bit irritating. A little bit irritating. Am I doing this right? I don't think I'm doing this right. So that would go... So that go... Oh yeah, tell you what. Right, let's start again. Sando, you almost got the challenge. Don't worry, I will be wholeheartedly reminding you guys about the challenge as the week goes on. And I've realised there's a couple of days which I think are part of the challenge where I might not be able to stream. I will find a solution to that, because I do want to make sure everyone has enough. I want to make sure everyone has enough time to donate. I mean, we did go half on the stuff. So on the potential when I was calculating it. So it should be okay, but I've got a couple of doctor's appointments next week. I've got to go get fitted for a heart monitor. Only for a day. Like, I literally wear it for a day, but it means I've got to go to the hospital twice, which is a pain in the bum. Just because the hospital's not easy to, like, park at. Like, it's not an easy place to park at. The parking is abysmal at my at the hospital that I go to. So that's just a bit irritating that I've got to go 2 days back to back. But I've basically got to go get a heart monitor fitted and then go and deliver it, return it the next day. Why am I being so silly with this? Why can't I, wait. It would be, yeah. No, it would be like that. It would be like that. That's what I'm doing wrong. It wouldn't be like that. It would be like that. But I think that kind of but the problem is doing that is I don't know exactly how long I will be at the hospital for. Like, because once you're there, you just have to sit there waiting to be called, and there can be delays and all that kind of business. But if that does happen, actually that needs to be... So that curve needs to be more like that to fit with that. But I think we're doing all right. We're getting there with the community goal, aren't we? I mean, we're already at 47%. We're already at 47%, and I think we've done 2 streams with this community goal. So I think we'll hit it. Oh wait, no, that would go that way, wouldn't it? That didn't really explain everything else. Oh, I was talking about 7 Days to Die, wasn't I? I was talking about 7 Days to Die. I can't remember how I got onto that. Oh, no, because I was reading chat, wasn't I? That's why I was talking about the community goal. At least you're streaming today, so it means the Friday emergency was resolved. Well, the Friday emergency had to be resolved on Friday, because if I didn't get it done on Friday, they were going to do it themselves. It was work on my work stack. It was work for me to do, but if I didn't get it done on that day, they were going to do it themselves on that day. And that would mean I would just lose out on that money. And I can't afford to do that. I can't afford to do that. So that was the Friday thing. I got all the stuff done on Friday. So yeah, that was good. And I tried, and I did get a bunch of stuff done over the weekend. And now we're into a new month, so it's starting a whole new stack of work. So the knot would kind of be like that. I'm just curious. Oh wait, network overheat. Why are we saying network overheat? Glowing Boar, good morning. Good morning, Glowing Boar. How you doing? Now, that's kind of how the twists would look, but I don't know if I actually like the twists like that. I don't think I like them. Tired, it's 3:30 a.m. here, and you couldn't fall back to sleep. Oh no! Oh no! Oh wait! Oh! Did the Twitch stream restart? I've just noticed the time on Twitch. I just noticed the time on Twitch. Sorry, I realise what you guys are talking about now. With the network. Now, did that happen? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good at all, is it? I've just noticed. So YouTube. Okay, this makes. I don't understand how this is working. I don't understand how this is working. So when I'm looking at Twitch, I can see that the stream restarted about 5 minutes ago. OBS has been running for 38 minutes, which matches with YouTube. YouTube is showing us having been running for 38 minutes. Restream is showing us having been running for 19 minutes. How is Restream dropping? How is Restream dropping and YouTube isn't? YouTube is getting the feed from Restream. YouTube is getting the feed from Restream, so surely if Restream is dropping, YouTube must be as well. I don't know how many times it's dropped the stream. This might be a deciding factor of if I can do Restream as well. How many? Oh no, that's you know what, I just looked at my Twitch channel to see, like, because obviously it splits the VODs up based on when they were happening, and I just went, oh my god, it's dropping like every 30 or 40 seconds. This is appalling. It's dropping everything. And then I was like, no, you're looking at the clips. You're looking at the clips on your channel. That's not the stream dropping every 30 seconds. That's clips. Go look at the proper place. What a pleb. What a pleb. Okay, so it's only dropped once. It's dropped once on Twitch. Noted. Noted. Okay, we'll crack on. What I'll probably try and do is I'll probably try and just do the whole stream, and then after stream I'll have a look and see if we had a lot of drops or whatnot. Because if we have lots of drops, this obviously is not going to work. But yeah. 7 Days to Die Twitch integration is a neat thing. Yes and no. Yes and no in terms of the Twitch integration being. And you know, I'd have to look at how they've changed it. I'd have to look at how their Twitch integration looks now. But when we did 7 Days to Die on stream, it got. I think it wasn't very balanced. It wasn't very balanced when we did the Twitch integration. I potentially would be up for doing Twitch integration again. I think I'd need to have a proper look at it and figure it out, though. Because it just seemed to be very... like, the ability for people to mess up the playthrough is obviously something that should be there. It should it's absolutely something that should be there. Just it seemed to be a bit too readily available when we did the stream. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I would be open to doing it, but I would need to have a proper think about it. I do like the idea of people being able to interact with stream in that way, though. Like, I like the idea of people being able to spawn things in. I think that's kind of cool. But it does rely a bit on people not being solely like it wasn't to a degree. I'll be perfectly honest with you. When we did 7 Days to Die, there were people coming into the chat who'd not necessarily been in the chat before, and they just didn't. There was no like, we're all going to have fun and have a good. It didn't feel like people were having a good laugh in trying to be part of the group. It felt like there were people who were just all they cared about was. I don't really have another way to word it other than there were people who felt like that it was just for them, and so they wanted to ruin it because it was just for them. And that's kind of how it felt like. And to be fair, that happened with RimWorld. And this is one of the problems with these integration things, is kind of like, you want things to be funny, you want things to be challenging, but if all someone does is just try to keep slapping you in the face, then eventually it stops being fun. And there were people who were kind of like, I remember there was actively a person in chat during the 7 Days to Die streams, and they were there going, I'm only here to ruin the stream. And you're just like, they're going, no, this is all just meant to be everyone having a good laugh and fun. And I remember the person specifically saying, I'm just here to ruin it. I'm lurking to get enough points to ruin the playthrough. And they didn't say, have a laugh, have a joke. They specifically said, I'm just here to ruin the playthrough. Now, in theory, and the thing is you kind of like, they're going, does that mean I should like ban that person because they're just here to ruin things? And part of me is kind of like, maybe. Do you know what? If that happened nowadays, maybe I would be more like that. Maybe I would just like, look, if you're just here to ruin things, you can just jog on, find somewhere else. But I also know that there would have been other people if I'd done that. There would have been other people going, oh, what are you doing? That's not fair. So it's kind of like a domino effect of what do you do, what don't you do? And also that's always going to, I mean, that's a whole side conversation of like, are you trying to grow your channel? How fast are you trying to grow your channel? Because sometimes if you're trying to grow your channel fast, you kind of have to just accept that there's not nice people in your chat. But like, so that kind of made me pull back a bit from that 7 Days to Die stuff, because I remember specifically one person specifically saying, I am here to ruin the playthrough. And they're like, that's what I find fun. They were like, I find it fun to ruin other people's games. And I'm just like, do you hear the words you're saying? But they weren't the only person. I remember they weren't the only person who was like, I just want to ruin things. Like, it's like that thing of like, you know, some people just want to see the world burn. And yeah, I don't know. So I would kind of be semi up for doing 7 Days to Die again. with the Twitch integration, but I might try and put a bit
Cool,
more thought
blimey,
into
governor.
it. I might even, if I was to do it again, that might be the kind of thing that I might do with other people on the like people actually being on the stream with me, so a little team. Because maybe if we had a team, the Twitch integration spawning stuff in might be a bit easier to handle. Because if I remember correctly with Twitch integration, I don't think I actually had that much control over it. I seem to remember it back when we were doing it, it was literally a case of I could either turn things off or turn things on. There wasn't like you can set this to so many points. Like, if I remember correctly, the Twitch integration at that stage didn't have that. It was a case of I can either turn off the ability to do something entirely or not at all. And that was a bit restrictive, and that made it harder for me to manage what people could and couldn't do. Alfarius, good morning. Good morning, Alfarius. How are you doing? But yeah, Helen, like the maybe you give him a chance to repent by saying this needs to be fun for everyone. No, I did say those kind of things. Like Twitch integration, I feel in any game. Pardon me. Twitch integration in any game is a double-edged sword. And I don't just mean for my channel. I see it on other people's channels. And like RimWorld was a very good example of that. RimWorld was a good example of that. There were people that were completely just out for themselves in RimWorld. And it brought out really nasty sides to people. And also, like, for instance, I don't know if I would do Twitch integration with RimWorld again, because there were people who would spawn in their character. And then if something bad happened to their character, they would get so angry. And I'd just be like, you just feel like going, it's just a game. It's just a game. And you feel like going, you've spawned yourself into a war zone and you're now getting angry that you got shot. I don't like, it's so like I remember that happening. That was kind of like, and that was part of the reason why I stopped doing RimWorld Twitch integration, because they just ended up being so much hatred directed towards me for a game that is trying to punish you. And it's like, oh, you let the game punish us. It's like, yeah, that's what the game does. And then with like, so what I would want from a game integration is that it like brings together like a bit more the idea. In my mind, Twitch integration should be encouraging a bit more of like a community atmosphere in chat. Like, everyone's in it together, everyone's got a stake. But whenever I've done any kind of integration, it's always brought out a bad side in a portion of the chat. And I've and even like I see it on someone else's stream. Someone else has got uses another form of like Twitch integration for some of the games they play, and there's someone in their chat who is a really nice person. They're a really nice person until they have the ability to spawn things into your game, and they switch. They literally switch, and they're just like, they're going, I'm gonna ruin everything. It's like, why do you? And they like that in chat. They are literally saying to people in chat, the people in chat, they're going, I'm going to ruin everything, and you're like, why? And so I like I like the idea of Twitch integration, but it's like so many things. There's so many things that are great ideas, but they just get abused by people. So it's it's a tricky one. Like, I've seen it for Helldivers. And it's one of those ones where it's like just yeah. And do you know what? The one for Helldivers, I feel, is actually even worse. And the reason why the one for Helldivers is even worse is because you're spending real money on it. So it's called something like Stream Loots, I think, and it's something that can connect to different games. And oh god, I've just thought of another example. Okay, we'll get to that example in a sec. But anyway, so the Helldivers one The system, which I believe connects to multiple types of games, but I've only seen it with Helldivers. Basically, you buy with money, so you buy with real money a loot crate, and the loot crate gives you a bunch of cards, and you can play the cards during the game, and they can be anything. They can be all kinds of things. But that one, I don't think I would ever do. I don't think I would ever do the stream loots one. Because people spending real money on that kind of stuff makes them even more like, this has to happen. Like, if someone were to spend channel points on something, I'd be like, oh, I'll just refund you the channel points or whatever. Or, it's like, it's a bunch of points. Like, if it's points in a game, you'd be like, you've lost some imaginary points. I'm not going to get overly out of the way of it. But with like the stream loots one, that person has spent money buying those cards, and so if you then don't achieve whatever they've asked, that one's a bit tricky. And I've seen another one which I've seen used for Project Zomboid, and that was another one where like the Project Zomboid one like brings out a nasty side to people, not just like and what I did find quite telling was I was watching someone do Project Zomboid, and they had an integration that spawned things in, or you could teleport them to zombies. And so the person was like, okay, people were kept on ruining their runs. And if any of you have ever played Project Zomboid, losing your character in Project Zomboid is quite brutal in terms of like how you have to, and the start of Project Zomboid is quite slow. So continually dying can be quite wearing because you're having to start from scratch. And I was like, and that one, like I was saving points up in that, and I actually got to the stage where I was doing like nice things. I was like, and at one point someone did something really hot, like this guy was like, I'm trying to ruin your run. It was one of these people again. It's like, I'm trying to ruin your run. And they spawned in a load of zombies around this guy. And I'd saved up enough points to literally redeem the kill every zombie within 100 meters. And I did that. And I killed all the zombies that he spawned in. And that person lost their shit. They went, I've spent all these points on this. And I'm like, I spent all these points killing your zombies. It's like, this is outrageous. You're spoiling the fun. It's like, you feel like, I know you're spoiling the fun. It's like, so it's, integrations are a strange thing. Integrations are a strange thing. I like the idea of them, but they're so open to abuse. Max, good morning. Ash, no, do you know what? Sorry, dude, I didn't ping on Discord. I've been trying. I got a bit distracted. By I'm using the Restream service today, so I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube today, and me trying to make sure that was working, I completely forgot about Discord. We're in adverts. We've got ads going on. We've got 50 seconds. We've got 50 seconds of ads. We got 30 seconds of ads. Oh, I don't get this on OBS anymore. Because OBS doesn't show me anything anymore. That's a pain. That is a pain. 15 seconds of ads. There we go. We're back from ads. So sorry, yeah, Helen. From what you've seen of others running integrations, good mods regulars are useful. So yeah, so in terms of like, I'm not. So for like the guy who does Project Zomboid, I'm not a mod in his channel, but I am a regular in his channel, and that's effectively kind of like what I was trying to do. Like I was saving my points for trying to do like the buffs. Essentially, when everyone else was doing debuffs, I was trying to fight back. Just doing buffs for all kinds of bits when it just seemed to be getting a bit out of hand. Basically, when it was getting out of hand, I was trying to do buffs. But then it culminated in this. I killed all the zombies, and there was just one person who went, "I've saved all these points. I've spent all this money on points." It's like, well, don't spend money on points then. If you can't cope with the idea of losing points, like the buffs and debuffs are there, because you could actually spend money on the one for Project Zomboid as well. I think, which yeah, again, I feel like it's a tricky thing. I don't know how I feel about people spending money on being able to spawn things into game. Like using channel points to spawn things into game, I'm okay with because they're just imaginary things. They don't, they're not going to affect you in real life. Also, Dark Shadow Mac, good morning. Sorry, I saw your comment just as the adverts came in, so I didn't want to reply in case you were looking at an advert. If it helps coming from someone who's had this happen yourself, placing rules seems rough, but that makes you enjoy your community days better. Go for what you enjoy. Yeah, worst case ban. Oh yeah. So like that. So Dark Shadow, like in terms of like when I've done these integration things, like it's going back to certainly like RimWorld. RimWorld was back when my channel was really, really new, and so I was just kind of like, I have to have every viewer. I have to have every viewer I can. So like RimWorld was a one where I just kind of like, I was very new to streaming, and I just didn't feel. I felt like I was kind of like there going, I've got 12 people. I've got 12 people watching my chat right now when I'm playing RimWorld. This is the greatest thing ever. I can't afford for any of them to go. And so I ended up with like a few people, like some people, absolutely, to clarify, lots of very amazing people. Unfortunately, lots of very amazing people who are still here. But I did find that kind of brought some not so great people in. And then with 7 Days to Die, what was weird was 7 Days to Die was that actually brought back some of those people who'd been at the RimWorld integrations. That was obviously the thing they were there for. They were there for the integration. And I'm pretty sure if I played any game with integration, they'd turn up again and go, ha ha ha. And even with 7 Days to Die, like back with 7 Days to Die, when I streamed that last, that's back when I was like, I need every viewer I can get. My situation has changed a bit more. My situation has changed a bit now, in that the thing was, when I was trying to grow back then, when I was trying to grow the channel, it's because I was trying to grow the channel so that it could support me, and I didn't have any work. I didn't have any work at that point. Whereas I still want to grow the channel to a degree where I can do the channel completely full time, but I do have work now, so I'm not now. I am more of the opinion of, if someone leaves and never comes back, I'm a little bit more okay with that, because having done this now for, wait, am I up to year 3? Am I up to year 3 or year 4? How long? Who knows? Does anyone know how long I've been streaming for? It must be 3 years. I think I'm going up to 3 years of doing this stuff, and doing a lot of it. But yeah, if it was now, I would be a little bit more okay with kind of saying to people like, you need to chill out. You need to chill out and pull it back a bit, because you're kind of ruining it for everyone. Yeah, that doesn't, because that just comes that way. So yeah, I mean, like I've been thinking about. You see, part of me kind of wants to go and do RimWorld again. Part of me wants to stream RimWorld again because I did like RimWorld from just like me playing it level. But then I'm also very aware that there's a lot of RimWorld like games that have come out now, so I don't necessarily need to go back to RimWorld. But like I like watching. So one of the streamers that I quite enjoy watching, Burias, and every now and then Burias is in chat. But I like watching Burias's channel, and he does a lot of RimWorld. And what's interesting is every now and then he will do integrations. He'll use like Rim Connect and stuff, and it's one of those things that's very telling about how much you've like grown a community. So I think, if I did integration now, I think it would go better than it has in the past, because I've got more of a community now over just like viewers who are just kind of like what Helen was just saying there, like community versus just viewers. Like I feel like I've got more of a community thing now, so integration might work better. Though I would be willing to put down there are some people, as I say, there are people who come out of the woodwork whenever I do an integration thing. So I think there would be people who would show up again. Look into crowd control. I didn't know you had that much control over crowd control, because crowd control is the one that's used for Project Zomboid, isn't it? It's the one that's got like when it's on screen, the symbol looks kind of that's crowd control, isn't it? And then there's like a little, I want to say isn't there like a smiley face or something? There's like a smiley face. Is that the crowd control one? But yeah, so that's the one. That's the one that I know that that one of the other streamers I watch who does Project Zomboid, he uses that, and sometimes that does get abused. But I don't know how much control there is in the background, because I've not used that myself. But anyway, what's going on with chat? I apologize if I'm missing anything in chat. I'm kind of switching between screens because I'm trying to make sure that I'm keeping at least a bit of a. I'm trying to make sure I'm keeping an eye on YouTube as well. Oh my god, there was a person there. Massimo, so sorry. I can lurk here too. Thank you for lurking there too. Thank you. I don't know if that means, by the fact they're saying lurking here too, I don't know if that means they're watching on Twitch and here. So apologies. But yeah, I'm trying to jump between chats. So apologies if I'm missing bits. But yeah, sorry, you were saying looking into crowd control, keep the positive ones for you to next game. You can remove bad things. Yeah, I think so. I seem to remember trying to do that with RimWorld, and then like people would start getting bent out of shape because they're like, "Oh, that's the bit I like," and it's like, I don't know what I like and don't like. Crowd control offers the ability to get free coins every time you stream, so it would help with the money spent aspect. So yeah, crowd control. So like for me, I've not spent money on crowd control, but whenever the guy runs it, I'll like collect the free coins, and obviously if you're subscribed to their channel, you get a bit of a chunk of coins as well. So that's generally how I've got coin. And there's also the ability with crowd control, you can use channel points, can't you? So he's got a thing where you can redeem like 5,000 channel points, and it'll get you like 100 coins on crowd control. Do you feel that as well? If people are spending real money, I don't want to tell them they can't spend it. However, be responsible with it. Spawn a funny thing, but also help a bit too. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to be responsible for telling people not to spend money. I mean, good lord, we've got the Summer Santa challenge because people were talking about it last week. Like, I don't necessarily want to tell people not to spend, like, you know, it's your money. You spend your money how you want to spend your money. I think the thing is like, if you're spending money to spawn things into games, there are people who, because they've spent real money, kind of feel like they're owed more, and that bit kind of gets tricky. It's like, because you kind of like, I didn't like demand that you spend real money. Like, you can spend free money, so just spend the free money. Don't spend real money. Unless I can turn it off. Like, if crowd control allowed me to turn off real money, I might be more inclined to use crowd control. Anyway, right. We're not trying to do. I'm spending way more time on this than I wanted to. This was meant to just be a warm up. This whole thing was meant to be a warm up. This wasn't meant to be an actual thing. Rim Connect just sounds wrong. Yeah, the title of that mod. I mean, to be fair, the title of the game, like most, you know, I know so many people who giggle about the name Rim World. So the fact that the fact that the integration mod was called Rim Connect is not great either. And sorry, Glowing Boar, did you miss the June giveaway? No. So the June giveaway. So the giveaway I will be running at 11 o'clock. So if anyone still wants to enter, the June giveaway, the Kofi link seems broken. Are you sure? It just took me straight there. Oh wait, oh never mind. Okay, it must have just gone down for a minute. So yeah, if you want to join, if you want to have a chance to win the free gnome giveaway, I'll close it like a couple of minutes before 11 o'clock. Oh, but then that actually, oh yeah, because then that'll count to the Summer Santa. Do you know what? Sod it. If it counts to the Summer Santa, it counts to the Summer. It can count to both. I'm not that precious about it counting to the different things. If you want to be involved in the gnome giveaway at 11 o'clock, any donation, purchase, or membership that goes through the Kofi page is an entry in the gnome giveaway. I'm not actually sure how many people are entered right now. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how many people are entered, and then you can decide how much of a chance you've got. If I go to payments and orders, if people have no idea what the gnome giveaway is, I'll tell you what. I'll show you a gnome. I do little gnomes which look like these guys. I do little gnomes like that. So if you want your own personalized one, it has to be TOS safe. But if you want your own personalized one, then the entry. Sorry, I'm just checking how many people are involved. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Glowing Boar. Thank you very kindly. Did you just subscribe as a quarter? Did you just become a member? You don't have to become a member. It could have just been a donation. I did say donation at the first, didn't I? If you're becoming a member, that's amazing. That means I potentially have 3 members now. I can't even. What do you? Do you know? I need to go and check. What do you actually get for being a quarreler? I can't remember what my own memberships do. Anyway, okay. So we've got 5. We've got 5 people involved right now. We've got 5 people involved in Kofi. I'm going to have to update the thingy. You've been trying to get PayPal to work for a week. Yeah, PayPal's a thing. You get something, I think so. I can't remember exactly where my membership stuff is up to right now. But regardless, you are entered into the gnome giveaway at 11 o'clock. Oh wait, do you know what? Sorry, right, okay. So Quarreler, you get the Discord access. So sorry, yeah, the Quarreler's not crazy exciting. I'm sorry, the Quarreler is not a super exciting membership. What you do get, okay. So let me try and make this sound very, very, very exciting. But thank you very much for like helping me pay bills and stuff. At the Quarreler level, you get access to the Discord subscriber and member area. So if you are, in fact, you know what, Glowing Boy, you already have access to this because you're also a subscriber here. You get to vote. You get to vote on like what games we're doing. If I have any spare game keys, I post them up in that area. Just as literally like, there's no point in them sat in my library. I might as well give away keys when I have them. So yeah. Paying bills with the point. Well, if it's just a case of paying the bills, if it's just a case of helping me pay the bills, well, Glowing Boar, thank you very kindly. Thank you very much. I do need to sort out updating that stuff. Actually, you are going to get access to more stuff in the future. I just need to get my thumb out my ass and actually sort it out. Not a lot, but I wish the best with the community goal. Well, thank you. I mean, so the thing with this community goal, I realize that this amount of money seems like a lot of money, but part of the reason for this goal was because people said, what would it take for me to dress up as Santa? What would it? Oh wait, sorry, the community goal. Wait, wrong thing. I need to remember what these things are. Community goal for the forfeit. All points appreciated. All points appreciated for the community goal. We're at 50k. We're at 50k for the community goal, and this is the third stream I think we've been doing it. I think it's the third stream we've been doing the community goal. Amazing. You guys are gonna get me as Santa at the end of July. I guarantee there'll be a heat wave. There'll be a heat wave or something just to completely screw me over. But yeah, anyway, so the 11 o'clock thing for the gnome giveaway, you get something like this here, where I will, give me an idea and I'll create you a gnome. That's what the gnome giveaway's for. Oh, okay. Camera's back. I'm not really getting anywhere with creating this thing. We might come back to this too. Let's open up a new page. Open up a new page. Anyway, I've not really finished, have I? I've not finished what I was saying about 7 Days to Die. I got so thrown off course with the 7 Days to Die stuff, with the integration bit. But anyway, so I played some 7 Days to Die at the weekend. I'm enjoying. I know a lot of people have not enjoyed the direction they've taken the game. I do enjoy the direction they've taken the game. I like, which is like good for me. Good for me. I enjoy the direction. It could so easily have gone another way where I didn't enjoy the direction. I like the direction they've taken the game, but the one bit that I feel is missing is they need an end objective to the game. There needs to be an end to 7 Days to Die. I don't necessarily have an issue with like people wanting to do an endless mode, but the problem with an endless mode, and having done an endless mode for 10 years, endless mode after 10 years gets a little bit boring, because even though they've changed a lot of the mechanics in the game, ultimately the main purpose of the game has stayed the same for 10 years. You try and survive the 7-day horde. And there's always been a suggestion that if you work hard enough in the game, you'll be able to leave the zombie infected area. So I would like there to be some opportunity for you to actually like complete the game. Because at the moment I kind of like, I enjoy playing the game, but it's not, I don't feel like I'm necessarily doing anything new. Like I've kind of seen pretty much everything that's in the game. So that's my only thing with 7 Days, is I feel like they could do with that adding something a bit more rather than just continually tweaking the mechanics. Shadow, you accidentally set yours really low and then realized a bit late, and you were like, well, you guys hit it and we're going to do it. So the community goal, when I was setting that community goal at 100k points, what I tried to work out was, like, I was thinking about my average view count, and then out of my average view count, I probably did too much maths. I probably did too much maths for this, but it seems to be working out, so it's okay. I basically looked at my average view count. I knew roughly, out of that average view count, how many of them were regulars and turned up to every stream. And so by the fact that I knew there was regular... the regulars were sat on a lot of points, I kind of went, okay, that's how many regulars I have per stream. If I were to set, like, say, how many streams are there within like 2-week period, and say there was 8 streams, and I was like, and each regular could put in 2,000 points per stream, and so I just did the maths like that, and it actually came out as something like 180,000 points if every regular put in 2,000 points per stream over 2 weeks. And then I was like, that seems very high, so I'll just bring it down to 100k. And I do know some people feel like it's been too high. Some people have commented that it's too high, but arguably it is meant to be a challenge. It is meant to be a challenge with free points, and people want reasons to spend points. So the goal feels like it's on track. Like, we're not halfway through the time yet. And we've already raised half of the points. So I'm confident that community goal level was the right amount. But yeah, sorry, your community goal was you ran Resident Evil 1 to 3 randomizers with all randomizer stuff. What it's meant to put, it has what, 66,666 since horror games, and after it, oh wait, was that how many points your community goal was? Right. And you were like, no one can donate that fast. I mean, the first stream that I set up this community goal, I think 20,000 points were dropped, and I was like, oh, okay. It's funny when people get a little bit of a nibble on to donate points. How many points can crack up a lot. You hope I hope I nail the goal. Yeah, I hope I nail it too, because then it feels like a community-driven thing. If you don't mind me asking, the games? No, of course. There is a thing. There's a thing which I can't remember what the command's called. Is the command games? The command is not games. Is the command game? No, that's not why I wanted Nightbot. Wait, what is the God, I've forgotten my... Wait, gamelist. I've even put it in the title. What a pleb. What a pleb. So I have a game list here of like stuff that should be coming up and whatnot, and in here there is actually a forfeit list, kind of in the middle of the spreadsheet. So there are 3 games. So basically, if we hit the community goal, there are three games to choose from. And the 3 games are I Love You, Colonel Sanders, which is a safe for work anime dating, basically one of those anime dating games, but based on KFC. And so what I've been told, I've seen someone stream it, so it is safe for work. I'll double check in the options that you don't have to like tick a box to make sure that happens, but that's an option. So I love you, Colonel Sanders. Then there's Euro Truck Simulator, because some of the guys here play Euro Truck Simulator. I don't really have a desire to play Euro Truck Simulator. And then Phoenix Point is the other game. So there's some different games that are in this list. Those are the three that are there. And Phoenix Point is in the list because I wanted to really enjoy that game and I didn't really enjoy it. And that was a little bit upsetting that I didn't super enjoy it. Because I love the original XCOM games, and obviously the guy who developed the original XCOM games developed Phoenix Point. And so it's the Phoenix Point is a bit of a joke with one of our regulars, because he always wants me to play Phoenix Point, so I put it in the forfeit list and said that's the only way I will play Phoenix Point again. In fact, there's Dan. There's Dan. Dan is in the chat. Dan is the one who wants me to play Phoenix Point. And do you know what, Dan? For you, don't ever say to me, I don't do anything for you. I saw in the Steam sale at the weekend the Phoenix Point DLC. Where is it? Where are you? So let's just switch over here a second. Look at that. New DLC for Phoenix Point has been added to the account. It's been added to the account, Dan. That's for you. That is for you. I've added the Phoenix Point DLC. Just in case we do end up playing it. Lord Ilston, good morning. Good morning, good morning. And Ambro, good morning as well. The, oh no, wait, no, am I looking at the wrong thing? Wait, what am I looking at? Wait, oh wait, hang on, what's... Oh, I'm so confused. No, oh, there's people in YouTube. I got so busy replying to people in Twitch that I didn't see the people that are in YouTube as well. Okay, guys in YouTube, hi. I'm sorry, but this is my first day trying to stream to multiple channels, and I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to keep tabs of all these things, but as we know, I'm not always the best at keeping tabs on things. So hello to everyone who's on the YouTubes as well. Ozzy, hello Ozzy. I hope you are well. And sorry, yeah, Lord Ilston, you were saying points for what? You weren't listening. How many do you need? What's happening? Confused. And you need to pee. Well, I'll tell you what. You go to pee, and when you come back, we'll tell you about the points. We got half an hour before the gnome giveaway. Gnome giveaway at 11 o'clock. Ambro, Phoenix Point is in your wheelhouse. It should be. Phoenix Point should be in my wheelhouse. Phoenix Point is absolutely in the genre of games that I would enjoy playing. Just there were certain mechanics in it I didn't really enjoy totally. Shadow, you were told by your multi-year viewer that you need higher goals. They said they have about 750k points. Yeah, so I think one of the tricky things, one of the tricky things with channel points is some people end up with so many points that there isn't a good way. There isn't really a good way to like serve those people without cutting out people who don't have that many points. Like it's because the way I view points, and I realize this causes problems because it gives people not a lot of ways to spend points. But the way I kind of view points is I want to set up things that everyone can get involved in. Like there are some stuff that's worth more points, but I want to set up stuff with points that everyone can get involved in. Because I feel like if you set up something that if you set up something in your redeems that's worth like 100,000 points, it helps people spend a lot of points, but that can also feel a little bit. The only way I can really describe it is almost a little bit elitist. And trying to understand that balance is tricky. Like I have 100,000 point redeem for like a pretty stupid thing. Because I don't really want people to do it. And I don't think anyone will do it because it's kind of a shit redeem. Helen, can I just say you love a good, useful spreadsheet? My life is run. My life is absolutely ruled by spreadsheets. That gamelist spreadsheet I need to sort out. It needs a bit of a spring clean. That gamelist spreadsheet. I'm not doing very well at drawing things right now, am I? I've not done this. This does not count as artwork. Neither does this. I'm not really doing very well. Dan, I really hope that wasn't Festering Skies because you should disable that when you play it. Oh, Dan, I think the DLCs are all like £1 or something. It was something like that. So I got them whatever they were. In fact, you know, I might leave Festering Skies on just for you, Dan. And then time to get another monitor. I'm not getting another monitor right now. I just need to remember to go and look at YouTube. But yeah, so like just to come back to that whole streaming on Twitch and YouTube, this is just to see how easy it is. See how easy it is. I'm not totally loving it because I've lost a bunch of stuff. Like I've lost my activity feed. I've lost where I would normally have chat, which is not ideal. But the main bit of putting stuff on YouTube is just to try and keep the YouTube channel active. And it also means that the VODs are there if I ever want to use them. Larkin, good morning, good morning, good morning. Nothing to see on YouTube. I see YouTube. It's all fine. It's all fine. He's getting 2 more monitors. I'm not getting 2 more monitors. I haven't got. The problem is I don't have anywhere to put another monitor right now. Actually, there's shelves above my monitors, so it's not even like I could put a monitor above the current monitors. There's no space to actually put another monitor. There's nothing. Unless no, I can't have 3 monitors right now. This setup doesn't work for 3 monitors. Anyway, sorry, right. I'm going to be back in just a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. I'll be back in a moment. I have returned. I have returned. Wait, what's going on with the music? Oh, we're just on a quiet bit. We're in between tracks. That's fine. You can get one of those fancy VR headsets and have as many monitors as you want. Oh, do you know? Yeah, if you had like an augmented reality thing that I just don't like. If I look up, there's just a monitor there that's not actually there. That might actually be useful. I could see the use in that, rather than having any monitors, just have an augmented reality that pretends there's monitors there. Did we wear Bearded Out? No, we didn't wear Bearded Out, little bit. No, we didn't wear me out. We are going to try and do some kind of arty work today, though. Aussie, right? Do you know what? Unfortunately, I've just come back over to look at the YouTube chat. I need. What if I try and move? I'll tell you what. Ooh, actually, why don't I do this? Because I don't need the YouTube. Have I put... Hang on. I've got a plan. If I just put the YouTube chat where my old chat used to be, then that can sit there, and then that window can go over the top of the rest of YouTube. There we go. Right, I've got the two chats on the windows now. You see, I would like to use Restream, except that Restream seems to be like two or 3 minutes behind the actual stream. So we'll not look at that anymore. Aussie, so if you see this, what do you think about the Critter painting program? We are using Critter right now. I have used Critter since I started getting into digital artwork. I think Critter is a great program if you're trying to work out whether you want to get into digital artwork, because it's free. I think there is a premium version. There's a premium version of Critter. I've never used it, so I couldn't comment on the premium version. But all the artwork you've ever seen me do has been with Critter, so it has a lot of the tools. It's got a lot of the professional tools of like a premium paid software. I think it's a great place to start with digital artwork, because you're already having to do an outlay potentially of a graphics tablet, some kind of drawing, some kind of material to draw with. Some kind of hardware to draw with. So that's obviously an outlay anyway. You don't then want to have to do another outlay for whatever the art software is. So I think Critter being free, it is a great starting point. However, I did, and this is how long it takes me to actually get around to doing things. During the Black Friday sales last year, I bought the premium edition of Clip Studio Paint, because I do want to move over to Clip Studio Paint. Which is a professional, like, that it's used like in industry. It's like not that I want to move into the industry, but Clip Studio Paint is used in like an industry point of view. So I picked up a license for that on Black Friday. I just keep meaning to try and find some time to actually learn how to use it. The one of the reasons why I want to move away from Critter is because there is not a plethora of tutorials for Critter. You kind of have to figure out Critter yourself. Like when I've searched on YouTube for Critter tutorials, there's not a lot of them, and the ones that are there, not to like, I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, but they're not great tutorials. Whereas something like Clip Studio Paint has more of a community that like creates tutorials. So we haven't just looked at a grey screen for 2 hours. We haven't. Do you know what? We haven't just looked at a grey screen for 2 hours, even though it appears that way. Right. Okay. Let's what? Right. Getting people giving me grief now. We got 20 minutes till the gnome giveaway. I really need someone to remind me at 11. Someone remind me at 11 o'clock that we need to do the gnome giveaway. I want... Oh yeah, did I ever finish that soul thing? I never finished that soul thing. I need to sort that out at some point. That was no good. Factions. Where was I at with this? Oh yeah, this didn't go very well. Yeah, that didn't work out. I could do that better. So I'm reminding myself what we were doing last Thursday. Being that this channel seems to have become more about lore than... the channel seems to have become more about lore than doing actual artwork. So that's fun. We're on YouTube. We are indeed. Wait, how many of you are actually watching on YouTube? 3. We got 3. We got 3 of you watching on YouTube, so that's very nice of you. Have you just redeemed? This is the desperation to get me to actually draw something. You're now redeeming 15-minute sketches. Okay. Okay. We can do a 15-minute sketch. A little bit. It's 11:41, so you're a bit late right now. No, okay, right. 11 o'clock my time. 11 o'clock my time. Come on now. Thank you for everyone who's donating the points to the community goal. We're doing very. Do you know what? I think the amount for this community goal is okay. Like, we're at 60% already, and we are 3 streams in to, I think I said it out as like there was going to be potentially 9 streams to hit that community goal. Sado, just because you don't understand one thing about the Summer Santa goal, you say £100 per stream up to 4 streams. You mean that you'll make 1 stream as Summer Santa for each £100, or we can't give more than £100 per stream? So I kind of like, obviously we talked about the Summer Santa thing being £400 for the whole week. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm talking about this. £400 for the whole week as Summer Santa. But while there was a lot of enthusiasm, and people wanted that amount to be higher, before anyone accuses me of setting this goal too high, there were people who wanted that goal to be higher. Because £400 is quite a large amount of money, what I wanted to do was, I didn't want people to donate money and then the whole goal wasn't hit. So what I'm basically saying is, if I hit 100, for each 100 that I hit, I will do a Summer Santa goal. So because there's 4 streams in a week, because there's 4 streams in a week. If you hit each £100 will result in a Summer Santa stream, and so there could be 4 streams in total. So if we hit the full 400, we'll have a full week of Summer Santa. If we only hit 100, we'll have 1 stream as Summer Santa. If we hit £95, that will just go towards a gnome giveaway. So I don't want people to like spend money and then not get something out of it. Like there not be a result from the money. So if we hit 364, it will be 3 days of Summer Santa, and 64 goes, yes, yeah. Exactly. And then anyway, right, sorry, you want this 50-minute sketch, don't you? For anyone who wasn't here for the Summer Santa conversation, for anyone who was not here for that joyous conversation, when I was asked about Summer Santa, I just said, I'll do it for 100 subscriptions. 100 subs and I'll do the Summer Santa. And then people got really excited, really excited about the idea. And they went, oh yeah, I'll throw in this many subs. I'll throw in this many subs. And people started crowdfunding it. And when people started doing that, I kind of said, this is silly. Because obviously like Twitch takes half of that. Well, between half and 60% of that. So I said, why don't we go for a lower figure? Let's go for a lower figure, but let's do it through Kofi. And that's how we ended up with the 400 goal. So, this is... direction. So I have to do a 15-minute sketch that represents direction. Okay. Time has not started yet. A little bit. Being dressed as Santa in the summer, it just sounds very sweaty and hot. Yes, it will be. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Whoever is day one, thank you very much. Now you get a double whammy today. You get a double whammy today because that means that you are also in the wait. Oh, it's done it again. It's done it again. Right, okay. Whoever day one is, thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very kindly. It's not gone to that. I need to update that so that goes in. But holy shit. I need to... I don't know why that's not... I don't know why Kofi's not pulling that through. Right, let's get that updated. Oh my god. Whoever you are, day one, thank you. Thank you, day one. I mean, obviously, you don't have to say anything in chat if you don't want to, because you might want to be anonymous. It shows on the Kofi website, just not the stream. Yeah, so we had this with Dan. We had this with a donation Dan did a couple of weeks ago. It comes through. It'll come. I guarantee you, it'll come through at like midnight. It'll come through at something like midnight, and then it just. But I don't know, because like on the back end, on the back of Kofi, so the bit that I see, it hasn't shown up. So this thing here must be based on the back end that I see. But yeah, no, I see when I go and look at like the main page, it's shown there. Can I? Right. The July goal is currently set at 26%. because we've just had a massive donation. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lady E and the girls went off to see Taylor Swift at the weekend, so you've got no money. That's fine. That's fine. And then so the next 3 weeks. The next 3 weeks is how long this goal is available for, and then the idea is that the week. Oh wait, the 25th. Yeah. So we're basically doing the Summer Santa the week of the 25th, for like Aussie Christmas, because that's like apparently a thing, which I didn't really know about. I didn't really know it was a thing, but plenty of people talked about it in chat. So that's basically why we're doing the Santa thing. And also, that thing that really annoyed me, that thing that I said that really annoyed me about seeing the Christmas movie trailers. I've only seen one Christmas movie trailer. However, in the last week, I have seen that Christmas movie trailer probably about 50 times. It's like one of the main adverts that YouTube wants me to watch. It just keeps hitting me with the Christmas movie advert trailer. But yeah, do you know? Okay, we have. Right. If you don't want to be known, whoever did that massive donation, if you don't want to be known, that's cool. Like, if you don't want it to be in chat, if you don't want it to be in chat, can you DM me, whoever you are, who just did that massive donation? Because even looking on the thing, I don't actually know. I don't know. Like, your name doesn't match up with anyone in chat, so I'm not sure who did the donation. No, not everyone DM bearded. No, Ambro, because the thing is, they need to be in the giveaway. They need to be in the gnome giveaway that's happening in a few minutes. And by all means, DM me on Twitch or DM me on Discord if that's easier. If DMing me on Discord's easier, do it there. Because I know sometimes Twitch doesn't always come through. Twitch can be a bit twitchy. Unless of course you don't want to be. If you don't want to be in the gnome giveaway at 11, then obviously keep quiet as well. The Rock movie. Yeah, so Red One. Red One is the Christmas movie that I keep seeing. And I'm just getting absolutely bombarded with it. What are the infos you've got on the donator? Like, there's a name and such. Yeah, no, I have the info. I mean, I'm obviously not going to start talking about all their names and info on chat, because that would be very inappropriate. But from the details I can see, it doesn't match with anyone in chat. So I don't necessarily want to just be, as I said, essentially, we're not going to dox anyone right now. If they want to keep quiet, that is totally up to them. But it just means I can't put them in the gnome giveaway. But like, I mean, obviously you saw their username, because Kofi has no issue with outing people. Kofi's just like, I'm going to tell everyone the details. But yeah, I get all kinds of details about you guys. I know all your names. And Ambro, sorry. So the Santa includes the whole get up and gifts. So in terms of the Santa thing, it'll involve a Santa hat. I have my Christmas jumper freshly laundered. I'm potentially going to try and pick up a Christmas t-shirt in case it is ridiculously hot, so I can wear the t-shirt rather than the jumper. I have stated on the thing I will not die. I draw the line at dying of heat stroke, and I will set up a Christmas overlay. I'll set up a Christmas overlay as well. Oh, do you know? I've just realised it could have been someone. It could have been someone on YouTube, couldn't it? Oh my god! I've got to look. I've got to follow so many things now. It could have been someone on YouTube that did their donation. We've also not started this 15-minute sketch, have we? Directions. Tell you what. There we go. Directions. And no, I've got no idea what this calls in Helldivers. Actually, I don't think it's long enough. I don't know. I think it would need more. Would it need 2 more arrows? Call something in Helldivers? I can't remember if they're all 6 arrow combinations. Can have a map as well, because people use maps for directions, don't they? If we tell you what, we'll give it a little border. But to clarify, we've got at least one day. We've got 1 day of Summer Santa at the end of July. It's whichever week the 25th is in. I was also thinking, now this doesn't apply to today. This doesn't apply to tomorrow. This doesn't apply to next week. I think one of my targets that I'm going to set myself is to try and make sure I have a second camera by October, and I think I'm gonna do Inktober this year. I've done Inktober before. I just don't do it every year, because it is quite a bit. It's a bit of a commitment. But I'm thinking about I might get a second camera and do physical artwork during October for at least some of it. Obviously, there's like Halloween stuff as well, isn't there? I'm just using up the time. Oh, I've got Twitch chat on pause. That's not useful, is it? Having Twitch chat on pause. So you're telling us that the whole Summer Santa joke was all because of one movie trailer? Sado, you were the guy who started this. You started it. I had a rant about the trailer, and then you asked for Summer Santa. You asked for Santa cosplay. So yeah, this is all on you. This is all on you.
And play with us forever and ever and ever.
Stevie, buddy, you've still not cancelled. You need to cancel this subscription. Thank you very kindly. Thank you very kindly. I hope you're doing well, Stevie. Do. Okay, so there you go. There's directions, Ambro. I hope you really appreciate this really speedy sketch. I hope you super appreciate this really speedy sketch. That's not the page I wanted to bring up. I'll tell you what, we'll use this page. We'll use this page. We'll use this page for the draw. Do quack, quack, quack. It is indeed 11. Oh, hello, Jim. Jim's watching me on YouTube. How you doing, sir? Are you going near Tesco's yet? Let me know. I'm doing an experiment. I'm doing an experiment, Jim. I am streaming on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. So we don't know exactly how this is going to work. It seems to be holding up, kind of. We did have a little bit of a glitch earlier on. Anyway, right, okay. So we're now doing the gnome giveaway. You're bored. You sat at school and all the year 10 are on work experience. Well, that's a bit of a bugger. Wait, hang on. Wait, without doxing both of us, are you in the same location as me? Are you in the same location as me? And if you are when are you leaving? When are you finishing? Come say hello. Or are you at a different location? Trying to keep it as non-obvious as possible. You're insanely close by. Okay. Say hello. Say hello, depending on what time you finish. I'm only streaming until like 12, half 12 today. Anyway, right. So, people who donated, people who did stuff on Kofi, let's grab your names. Let's grab your names for the giveaway. I'm also going to say right now, giveaway is closed as of 11 o'clock. The giveaway is closed, so not throw me off anymore. Right. So in June, where's all my June stuff? This also included May as well, didn't it? Actually, I think it's the same people anyway. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so thumbs. That colour's not going to work for me. Over here. Thumbs. We've got thumbs. We've got Ash. We've got Dan. We have got sponsor. That's not how you spell sponsor. That's wrong. Jim, you actually might, but you have private students. Okay. Finish early or have quite a long lunch. Okay, well, as I say, I'll be latest I'll finish stream today is 12:30. I do have a phone call at 4 o'clock, but outside of that, just let me know if you're about. And then, okay, glowing boar. Glowing boar, and then we've finally, there's one more, so we have a slight problem on do I include... Bearded, you never told me what time it is on your end. Right now, it is 4 minutes past 11. So I'm on UK time. Okay, and then we've got the person who, unfortunately, I don't know who they are. I don't know who you are. Oh wait, you've got an avatar. Wait, have you got an avatar? Does your avatar give away who you might be, so that I can at least? No, that doesn't help me. Oh, I can't actually read the avatar. Did they message me? Did they message me with who they are in chat? They didn't. They haven't messaged me. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know who this person is. So again, thank you very much for the massive donation. But I don't know who you are. So I can't really put you in the gnome drawer because I don't know who you are. Let's get rid of that. And then I need... Right, well, tell you what, we'll use the wheel. We'll use the wheel for this so that it feels appropriate and random. We got 5 people. We got 5 people in the giveaway. Right, let's grab them. And do you know what? Is my wheel? Does the wheel still work? I don't know if I've still got the wheel set up. We're going to find out if the wheel is still set up. It is, but I'm behind it. I don't want to be behind it. Let's fix that. Whoop. Tell you what, we'll put me there. There we go. Sweet. And then the Wheel of Fortune. If I bring that over here, consent. Oh, this is when we were trying to choose demos, wasn't it? Right. Swap that over. And are we... Okay, yeah. Right. We are going to run this. This is for the gnome giveaway. Gnome giveaway. Joy, joy. Fun, fun. That is everyone who has been involved in Kofi in the last... actually, it's the last 2 months because we ran this goal over. And unfortunately, there is someone called Day One, but I don't know who you are. Just because I'm really conscious because they've put in a really big donation. They've put in a really big donation. So here is the last shout. If you are Day One and you want to be in this draw, I kind of need you to put your hand up. And I need honesty. I need honesty, people. So Ambro, put your hand down. Unless it is you. Maybe that was you telling me it was you. I'll give it 1 more minute. I'll give it 1 more minute in case Day One is still here. And for anyone who doesn't know what this is for a personalized gnome. So when I draw the gnomes, I have lots of little gnomes that I draw. And a personalized gnome, you get like a design board. You get a design board of a gnome. Let me see if I can grab one for you. So you get like these, not that one, not that. So like this was the artist formerly known as Jitterbug. He had one of these. So we do a little design board for a gnome of your choice. So that's what's on offer. Right, YouTube chat is quiet. Twitch chat is quiet. So day one is not in the draw. Day one is not in the draw just because I don't know who you are to be able to track this down. I've also lost the spinny wheel thing, so that's good. Where have I put my spinny wheel? Spinny wheel? There's spinny wheel. Let's go. Boop. Oh. Oh. Ash. Ash, sir. Ashabir. Ashabir, sir. You are the winner. Everyone else failed. We removed their names. They are gone. Ash, you won a gnome. You won a gnome. I don't know if you're still in chat right now. In fact, I'll drop you a DM. I'll drop you a DM, Ash. And I just need the details of what you want that gnome to be. Let's where's your name? Where is your name, Ash? Oh my, oh god, because I'm in streamer mode. Because I'm in streamer mode, all the names in my DMs just show up as single letters. So trying to find Trying to no. Okay. Right. I'll have to find you later. I'll find you later, Ash. Anyway, anyone who's in any kind of doubt, Ash won. So Ash gets a gnome. Ash gets a gnome. And there we are. Marvellous. And we'll do another gnome giveaway. Well, depending on how the Santa goal goes. We'll do another gnome. Possibly at the end of the month. You whispered Ash, thank you. Anywho, my beard is very itchy today. I don't know why. Tomorrow's stream, just as a bit of it, because we've not really talked about it at all. Tomorrow's stream is all at the usual time, usual place. We'll probably do some more lore tomorrow. And this bit that I'm doing now is kind of a little bit related to the lore. But we'll probably do some more lore tomorrow. And on Thursday, I am going to go and vote. Ash, you did. Ash, you did indeed. You did indeed win. So I'm gonna need from you what and chuck me a DM so it doesn't get lost with Twitch chat. Chuck me a DM on Discord, and say I just need a brief description of what kind of a gnome you're after, and then we'll make it. But yeah, I was saying, so on Thursday is voting day, I think. Pretty sure we're voting this week. I'm pretty sure it's this week and not next week. I'm pretty sure we're voting this week. So because of obviously being very, very in charge of my own time, it means I can try and pick times where there won't be many people there. So I'm going to go and vote at 9 o'clock. Which you might go, but Beard, that's when you normally start stream. I know. But I'd rather try and go when it's as quiet as possible. So on Thursday, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream in the afternoon instead. Because while I want to go there when it's quiet, I don't know exactly how quiet it's going to be. So on Thursday, there is still going to be a stream, just not in the morning. We'll do an afternoon stream on Thursday. And then obviously Friday will be normal as it always is. Hey, Lord Elston, you'll be postal voting by proxy. I think, yeah, I mean, do you know what? I like postal voting. Like postal voting is a good thing. I just don't really like. It's the thing is like where I vote is so close to the house. It's not really much of an issue for me to go and vote in person. Even where I used to live, I've been kind of fortunate. I mean, I'm presuming for most of people in the UK, it's probably the same. I say most people. I'm sure if someone's gonna shout and go, "Hey, I'm 20 miles from my voting station. You are a very unique sunflower. But like my voting station where I am now is pretty much at the end of my road. Like it's like a 10-minute walk. And where I used to live, it was a 5-minute walk. So I will just go vote. I will just go vote in person. I'm thinking about, so what I'm doing right now is kind of law related. It's kind of law related. I'm thinking about a symbol. I'm thinking about a symbol for the watch. So when I was describing a faction last week, we've got the watch, who is, for all intents and purposes, it's a peasant guild who are kind of an experienced militia, and they got labelled as a guild because they became an experienced fighting force, and so the lords and nobles wanted to make sure they had some kind of control over them. And I'm trying to think of a like a symbol for them, and so I'm thinking about this pitchfork to kind of represent the weapons, kind of like the weapons that they will first start out with. And the idea being like this would kind of like be on the outside of like their office, like representing the watch would be a broken pitchfork. Now, for anyone who was here for the lore last week, they'll know kind of like these guys try and formalize militias a bit more. So while they are peasant militia, they don't, long term, you know, they try and have like spears and shields and stuff. But the kind of like the big thing about them is working with what they've got. And so farm equipment is the most common thing they've got. And so that's why I'm thinking the symbol for them can be a pitchfork. Lord Elston, you'd have to drive. Oh no, yeah. Like when, like in terms of like you doing a postal vote, like exactly, I get that. That like you, obviously, you know, like you're not super close to places. You're once again voting to free Alba from the oppressors. I hope your vote brings you some comfort. thinking as well, like maybe a symbol. I'm wondering whether this could also like maybe made as a pin. Like maybe that's how people of the watch are recognized. They have like this, because this would work like when I've talked about these guys having like a guild office, like in certain settlements. I would literally imagine them having just like an actual like farmer's pitchfork like this with a broken haft. Literally on the side of the building. But then if you got like the watch traveling, like I could see this being possibly done as a smaller, almost like maybe cast in, say, like pewter or something, and then they'd have that just like on the over the breast as like a symbol of who they are. I think that would be achievable. And maybe the broken bit is like a representation of possibly like a, I don't know what I want to say. Like it could be a representation of the broken. It could be a representation of the settlements that are lost. Or it could be a representation of all these things. Like this could be like the fact that this is broken at the bottom could be a representation of like these guys having to give up what they're meant to be. So, you know, so like these guys are just meant to be farmers. You know, they're meant to be commoners. They're meant to be just like the peasants doing the job, you know, just working for their lords. But their life as a farmer is lost because they've had to choose a life of fighting instead. And so maybe that's why it's like part of it will be like that's what this broken tool at the bottom is going to represent. That's what I'm thinking. How are we doing with YouTube? YouTube is okay. Thank you for people looking at YouTube. I don't know, I don't necessarily understand all the discoverability of YouTube. Hang on, give me a second. Okay, I am back. It'd help if the YouTube was set up right. What's wrong with the I don't know what's wrong with the YouTube. What's wrong with the YouTube? Define it as an art stream. Does YouTube actually allow you to define an art stream? I know in the past when I've tried to upload art videos, there wasn't actually a thing. Wait, can you do video tags? When I did... Oh, it did put in that. Do you know what? I overwrote that powered by Restream. Do you know what? Maybe that powered by Restream won't let me do it because it's not paid for. Because I did try to overwrite that powered by Restream thing. Where is my Restreams page? Where is my Restream? Wait, where's my Restream page gone? Oh no, I've lost my Restream page. Oh, I must have closed it. I must have closed the Restream page. It's still working though, so that's good. Yeah, I did when I was setting up the details, because like when I'm on Restream, it's kind of like, oh, you can't get rid of this, you can't remove branding. So maybe because I did the update titles thing. Yeah, you see, that's weird. So when I'm on Restream and I go to the description, it just, so that must be a Restream thing, because you see how like on the description I've got basically the title. I basically got the title of the stream in the description. That's what I put on the stream details to overwrite that powered by Restream. So I don't think I can get rid of that powered by Restream thing. And then in terms of the category, yeah, YouTube doesn't have an art category. YouTube doesn't have an art category, so there's only entertainment. Oh, and then there's all like the VOD. Yeah, there's all like the usual. Oh, so like the tags that you put on a VOD. Yeah, no, that doesn't matter. I'm not expecting great things from YouTube. I'm not expecting great things from YouTube streaming, so that's not a disaster. But yeah, there is no art category. YouTube doesn't give a shit about art. Like, it has no art category. It's just entertainment. Yana, hello Yana. Anyone wants you to... Does anyone want to go in your place to the dentist tomorrow? I'm good. I'm good, thank you. The last time I went to a dentist, it cost me a lot of money. And to a certain degree, they made it worse. So, yeah, they improved some things and broke other things. So I'm good with dentists right now. So what was I saying just before the call? Oh yeah, so this symbol, I do intend it to have a little bit of like it's not just a broken pitchfork for the sake of it. Like this broken bit is meant to be representative of, like, I feel like probably the official reason for the broken pitchfork is probably to represent like the guys who have had to give up their peaceful lives to take up arms to defend those around them, and that's probably, they'd probably have to like have like as like an official reason to as not annoy, say, like the nobles and stuff so much. But for those who've been potentially with the Watch a long time, this might also kind of represent the broken promise. Like it's kind of the same thing of like, oh, it's these people having to give up their lives to go and fight, whereas like some of the people who've been with the Watch longer might also see this as kind of like the broken promise of the fact that that nobles are meant to protect you. You know, that's part of like you serve them, you pay taxes to them, all that kind of stuff. And in return, they are meant to keep you safe. And so this broken shaft also represents kind of like the nobles not protecting the peasants. But yeah, I'm thinking this should be easy enough to like I say, like on a door, it'd be like a full-sized pitchfork. But a smaller, like brooch pewter version, I think would be very. And if it was the pewter version, this bit would probably be in pewter as well. It's like The Godfather when the fellow went to the Godfather and said, "I pay you, and you destroyed my livelihood." No, well, well, no. I mean, like, so, like, the purpose, like, the idea of like nobles being like in charge, and I realize this doesn't necessarily mean that it happened. But like, the purpose of nobles being in charge is that they are meant to like. Otherwise, we're just talking about tyrants. I'm not, you know, like, I appreciate that tyrants exist, but the idea of like nobles and stuff is that if, like, you know, like an enemy turned up, was they would protect the land and protect the people. Otherwise, you're literally just living under a tyrant, aren't you? And then that would lead to, like, if you're living under a tyrant, then that opens up the opportunity for you know, a rebellion. So they are meant to be providing something for the people. But in this situation, the creation of the Watch, the land where these people were. So essentially, these guys we'll just go over here a second. So there was a city here, and that city was supported by small settlements. You know, these settlements were farmers and all that kind of stuff, and there was a main like path, a main road to the rest of the empire this way. And so these villages were connected. And these guys would grow food. They'd produce, you know, send wood and maybe mine metals, whatever. And they would provide these to the city, and in return, if there was like bandits or something, the city would ride forth and go and deal with the bandits. But then what happened was this city fell. This city got taken over by something evil, something nefarious, got evil and nefarious. And then the problem was that these villages were on this side of the city. They were on this side of the city, and there was relatively impassable land here. So these villages couldn't get help from the rest of the empire. The rest of the empire is over here. Eventually, the empire did turn up. The empire did send armies to try and take the city. They did not manage to take the city, but they did try. But these villages were cut off from the rest of civilization, and so the promise of protection from their lords and stuff was, as far as they were concerned, broken. Like the lords would probably try and argue they couldn't get to them. And so these guys formed and realized they had to defend themselves. They had to defend themselves the best they could, and so these villages came together, and their militias worked together. And they managed to hold back the supernatural forces that were trying to assail them for long enough until they did actually manage to reconnect with the Empire. By which point, this was like something that happened over months and months, if not maybe a year. You know, like, it was a good amount of time that they were cut off, but they managed to hold it together by working together, pooling their resources. And by the time that they reconnected with the Empire, they had like an organized defensive force. They didn't have interest. They didn't have interest in, like, you know, trying to be a force that would go forth and try and conquer land. This force came together just from them trying to defend themselves, because their lords were no longer there to defend them. And that's the ultimate origin. That's the origin of the Watch. And the Watch was allowed to continue, but they were eventually recognized as a guild. And part of their remit, part of like their So when you form a guild in this world, you have to set out kind of like your mandate of who you are, what your goal is, why you exist. And part of what these guys did was they were a valuable force because they were able to defend themselves, which meant actually it was easier for the lords. All the lords had to do was make sure that they had enough, they helped them with some material and expertise without having to, which meant that they didn't need to commit as many of their actual like full-time soldiers to defending these guys. So that's why they were allowed to carry on existing. But they had to, as part of their charter, that's the word I was after, part of their guild charter was that they could only ever be a defensive force. They could defend people, but they had to be defensive. They could never like go and they couldn't go to war. If they were ever in an area where war was happening, they very much had to stay in the villages that they were defending. And so this pitchfork represents that. So for some of them, it represents the broken promise of the nobles. That the nobles weren't there when they needed defending. But officially, it's just them having to leave behind their peaceful life as a farmer, and that being broken. I mean, democracy lets the average people vote. Have you met the average person? Wait, what? What? I feel like I'm looking at that comment after the point. Or are we just talking about just voting from before? I think one thing I'm going to do with the watch is they're not going to be everywhere. Like in terms of like the world map, they'll be in other places. They'll be in other places beyond where they started. But they're not going to be like, you're not going to like go to the other side of the world and you're going to find the watches on the other side of the world. That's not going to happen. Something I do need to get better at is drawing wood. I'm not very good at drawing wood. Also, on Thursday, as Thursday is going to be an afternoon stream, I'll see how the mood takes me on Thursday, but because it's an afternoon stream, we might do an extra gaming stream this week. And obviously we could do an afternoon. We could do an afternoon art stream, but just we've typically done gaming in afternoons. We'll see. Is this part of the Graveyard Keep? Wait, hang on. Is this part of the Graveyard Keep soundtrack? Oh, it is! I don't recognise this as part of the Graveyard soundtrack at all. Anyway, we're going to switch over to Pillars of Eternity. Something a bit more chill. A bit more chill and relax. So, what have people picked up in the Steam sale? Has anyone picked up anything super exciting? I've tried to be very restrained with the Steam sale. I actually towards the end of May, I was like looking at my game purchases, and I was like, I just need to cut back on game purchases because I'm buying stuff and I'm never getting around to play it. And I was like, do you know what? In June, I'll not really buy anything, and it'll be fine. And then June came along, and I was like, ooh, picked up a couple of bits in June. And then I was getting towards the end of June. I was like, yeah, I need to not do, I'll cut back on that. I won't do that. And then obviously, as we just got towards the end of the June, the summer sale started. And I was like, okay, I'll just not look at it. I'll just not look at the summer sale, and then I won't buy anything. I had a look at it. I bought some bits. But I was restrained in terms of like I went for things that like had like really big discounts on them. Like like if a game was like still like in the 20s even with its sale price, I didn't get it. But like there was a couple of bits like I've had an interest in playing the Wolfenstein series for a while, and that had a big discount. So I snagged that on the sale. So I'll play that at some point. I won't do that on stream though. It's too different to what I normally stream, so I won't do that on stream. I also don't know if it's got like, I don't know if they even has viewer numbers. I haven't even checked what kind of views it would get on Twitch, but it's so different to what I would normally stream that I'm not. That one's just for me. Obviously, I picked up some of the Phoenix Point DLC again because it was just kind of like cheap. So I was like, I'll fill in that gap because at some point we will give Phoenix Point another go.
A new challenger has entered the arena.
Long live Joe_31 Twitch scam just follow.
Oh, God. Okay, let's report that. I was going to get really excited then. I was going to be like, oh look, it's a follower, but no, it's one of the scam bots. I'm surprised that is still going. Nothing because you didn't finish anything from the last Steam sale. Dan, that is very restrained of you. Congratulations. And I actually mean I mean that you've had the restraint to just not buy because you've not completed your last stuff. I am very easily swayed by seeing stuff at a price that I feel like, oh, that can just be in my collection for the next time I'm looking for something. Like I can be very easily swayed by that. A little bit. You haven't bought any games yet. Okay. the crucial line from that. Yet. But you might have accidentally just upgraded both your CPU and GPU. Accidentally, you just fell into it. Like one day you just woke up and these things arrived at your door, and it was at that point that you realised that you'd accidentally ordered them and you couldn't possibly send them back. Oh, the joy of PC upgrades. Would you look at that? You've returned and bearded did actually draw something. How dare you, Ambro? Ambro, you had an entire 15-minute sketch. How can you not say I didn't draw anything? Look at all of that quality artwork. And you say I didn't draw anything. I am shocked, appalled, offended. Hello, Dustin. You bought X4 for you and Crusader King stuff for the young Master Ilston. Oh, nice. Nice. I think... Wait, do I own X4? I feel like I do own X4. Wait, do I not own it? Wait, what do I own? What am I thinking of? Oh, wait, no, am I thinking of... Am I... What? Oh, I think I own the one before it. Not X4. I think because X4 is Foundations, isn't it? No, X4 is... I've got... What have I got? Oh, apparently I own a bunch of them. Wait, what do I have? I've got... Oh, I've got X... I've got X2. I've got X and X2 and X3. I don't have X4. Yanni, your bro had the idea to go by the rule of only consider buying in the sale if it's at least 50% or more off. I think that's what I did with this sale. I think everything that I picked up was over 50% in terms of what I snagged. But then the terrible thing is, right, so the danger with that is you kind of go, oh, that's 70% off. Well, because that one's 70% off, I can get another one that's 70% off and another one that's 70% off. I tried my best to be respectful with the things that I picked up. And wait, there was someone. Wait, someone said somewhere in the comments about how they had so many things in their wish list, and I've lost it. I've lost it. Where was someone talking about their wish list? But yeah, like I have my wish that because I kind of use the wish list to try and keep track of things that I might want to stream in the future. I have so many things in my wish list, and I think my wish list is currently at something like 110 things are sat in my wish list. I was actually, in fact, I looked at my wish list at the weekend and I was like, should I actually just get rid of some of these things? Right, because I'm clearly not interested enough in them if they've been in my wish list for like years. Amber, you can't justify buying a new game. You've got over 300 games in your library that you haven't even looked at. Before you condemn me, I purchased maybe 8. There is no one is going to condemn you for not playing 300 games in your Steam library. Like if you have 300 games in your Steam library that you've never played, that's just the average user. The average Steam user must have 300 games they have not played. That is the law, and it may even be higher if you ever buy things from Humble Bundle. If you buy things from Humble Bundle, it's probably even higher than that. I think the worst one I've got at the moment, the worst there is actually something I class as probably the worst thing I have in my library that I have not played, and that is Homeworld 3. I was so looking forward to Homeworld 3 coming out, and I have not played it. And that obviously was not 70% off or 50% off. Oh crap, are we counting GOG games as well? Yeah, we are counting GOG games. The only here's the rule. Here is the rule. The only games that don't count towards this whole mass of what have you played and what have you not played. The only games that don't count is stuff that you've picked up on the Epic Game Store. Because no one buys stuff on the Epic Game Store to play it. They just collect free games. And even when they collect the free games, they never play them. That's the only reason to have Epic is to collect games that you're never going to play. And then to actually complete the objective of, if you're looking to try it, like if you think of Epic Games as like a quest in itself, you know that you completed the Epic Games quest when you end up logging into it after say 6 months, and what you find is there's a game on there that you've actually bought on Steam. And so you'll have been given the game for free on Epic Games, and you'll have forgotten about it so much that you'll end up buying it on Steam in a summer sale. And then you'll end up playing it on Steam, even though you had it for free on Epic Games. When you do something like that's when you know you've kind of like, that's completing the quest. That's completing the Epic Games quest. Collect so many free games until you actually buy one of them on Steam. Oh, that button. Oh, no. Okay. I can't remember which of these buttons. I know which one's the addition. One of these little buttons that I have on the side here is for removing. Whereas the button I just pressed deselected the whole thing. Can't remember which one does it. Doesn't matter now though. That's a better take. Oh, it is actually past 12, isn't it? I do actually need to wrap up. I do need to wrap up very soon. We'll finish this. We'll try and finish this off tomorrow because I'd like to just have this kind of like done off. And then sorry, yeah, Lord Elston. Oh right, all your game purchases still come to less expense than Taylor Swift tickets. I don't think I even want to necessarily know how much a Taylor Swift ticket is, but I'm guessing it's a notable amount. Do you know what, really weird? And this is like considering how big Taylor Swift is. I couldn't name a Taylor Swift song. And that's not just like it's one of those things that makes me realize like just how like big the world is. You know, like when you try and think, you know, like when people say things like, oh, I don't have a clue who that, you know, when someone doesn't know who that streamer is or whatever, you know, like I don't know who that internet's like I have these kind of conversations with like my mum. And like my mum, like I could talk about something that's going on the internet that would be like quite a big, you know, like say like if I was to talk about Mr. Beast. Like most people who inhabit the internet will have a clue who Mr. Beast is. But if you're not someone on the internet, you're not, like the chance of you knowing who Mr. Beast is pretty low. And I kind of feel the similar with like things like she'll talk to me about celebrities and I'll have no idea who the celebrity is. Not to say I don't know I know who Taylor Swift is, but what I mean is like I can't like necessarily name any of her like music. Or like the and like really weirdly, like I kind of find it like weird how the person who's like on tour with her, who's supporting her tour, she's called something Carpenter. Like her surname is Carpenter, and I believe she's quite a famous singer as well. But I like the only reason like I know that like her support singer person exists is like from say like YouTube shorts of her. But again, like I couldn't necessarily like name any of her songs. Yeah. And it's, as I say, that it's not meant to be like, this is not like meant to be some kind of like a flex going, oh, I don't listen to their music. It's not like it's like an intentional like I'm not listening to their music. It's more just kind of like I mean from like the perspective of like the world is so big that someone that famous and I just have no clue. Like I know very little about them, bar potentially what I might see from like the odd bit of social media. But then social media, I'm not going to see a lot of these people because, you know, I'm not like the target algorithm. And then like on the, you know, like using Taylor Swift as like the example, like on the flip side, I saw the stuff being talked about like when Taylor Swift started dating someone from the NFL. And like it became like a big thing, like the guy from the NFL who obviously to like the NFL supporters, like they knew exactly who he was, but apparently like it was like one of the most Googled, it suddenly became like one of the most Googled people because like the Swifties didn't know who he was. And yet in his own world, like he was like one of the most famous like NFL players, but out because that's not what they typically watched. They had no idea who he was. And so yeah, like I appreciate like that Taylor Swift tickets are super expensive. I wouldn't really know. I just wouldn't really know anything about her. kind of getting these details on before I finish up stream, because I kind of want this bit. I just want to have a good idea of what I'm doing with this tomorrow. Like, it might change, but just kind of where I'm trying to go from it. So, like, the small version, so this is the version that would be worn as, like, a brooch. Like, almost like a symbol of who they are. A symbol of who they are, kind of like a brooch. I don't know what the correct term would be for it. The one thing I am wondering about is if I was to do this as, like, a representation of them, something I haven't thought about, because they're a militia, how I would represent potentially people of rank within the militia. I'm not sure if I've decided whether they would take, say, like, formal military ranks, because they're not a formal military. I'll have a think. I'll have a think about that. But yeah, we'll save that down. We'll save that down for the thingy, and then I'll tell you what, Ambro, because you were so unhappy with your 15-minute sketch, because you felt that you were conned out of your 15-minute sketch, you can have those points back. You can have those points back. Those points are back with you. I want to hydrate. Yeah, I've done terrible with drinking water this morning. Ambro, you got multiple versions of the same game: Skyrim, Tomb Raider, and The Witcher. Just by claiming stuff. Yeah, I think I've got The Witcher. I think I've got The Witcher on GOG, and I think it was free. I can't remember why it was free on GOG, but I seem to remember I've got that on GOG. I can't remember exactly which games I've got on Epic, but I do have some games on Epic which inadvertently I have bought on Steam. I think I've done the same with GOG, actually. I think I've got a couple of games on GOG that I kind of forgot that I had a GOG account. And then there was a point where I remembered that I had a GOG account, and I logged in and I went, oh, that game's there. I've bought that on Steam. So I've done it a little bit with GOG and EA. No, not EA. Whatever they're called. Epic Games, not EA. Anyway, so yeah, I've done it with a couple of bits. Not loads though. I kind of try to make a point now, if I'm ever looking at buying something, just double checking I've not got it somewhere else. Are the Taylor Swift tickets expensive, or are the scalpers making them expensive? I have no idea. I know there's a lot of scams going on though. There's a lot of scams because my sister got caught up in the scams that are going on Facebook. Someone managed to get into her Facebook account and like did the thing where they message all your friends list saying, "Oh, I'm selling Taylor Swift tickets." I don't think anyone in her friends list fell for it though. Like, I think people actually like contacted her and went, "Why are you doing these Taylor Swift tickets?" To which she was like, "I am not." Then she found out that she no longer had access to Facebook. But I have seen some people like losing money. Like, some people have fallen for it because they're like, "Oh, you're my friend. You must be legitimately doing this." And so there are people who've like, in fact, did you know what? No. So, I don't think any of my sister's friends fell for the scam, but they nearly did. They nearly did, because the two people who contacted her, the thing that made them question it was like, because they knew her so well, they basically contacted her on a mobile when the person on Facebook started wanting them to set up a payments transaction service, which wasn't like, it was like they were, if the thing was, if they'd stuck to something, say like PayPal, these people basically would have fallen for it, probably, if they'd stuck with something like PayPal. But because they asked them to like send them payments through some completely obscure random system, that's when they ended up contacting my sister. And she was like, "I don't have tickets. I have no tickets. There are no tickets here." So yeah, that was But I've seen other people saying, oh, there's some people who've been scammed for Taylor Swift tickets. So I've got no idea how much they're trying to sell them for. But yeah, scalpers can be a problem, can't they? And in terms of, yeah, Ambro, like Tom Brady, Mike, I don't know NFL people. Like, NFL's not one of my things that I know. I mean, I barely know like football players, let alone NFL players. Thumbs, welcome back. You're just back in time for me to be wrapping up stream. Ambro, a bearded movie review. Okay, The Blind Side. Is that on? Where am I? Wait, hang on. The movie. Where am I? Where am I finding that? Oh, is this a football movie? Oh, is this the one? Is this the one that has then ended up with a bit of controversy in the real world because apparently the story is not very accurate. I believe the story is not very accurate, and apparently they've kind of tried to put the couple in a bit of a more positive light, and so like the player has kind of come out and gone, this isn't quite how this happened. But apparently it's on Netflix. Let's just double check that it's on Netflix. Oh, the title is currently unavailable. Google has lied to me. What a surprise. Is it on Amazon? Oh, it's not on Amazon. It's not on Amazon or Netflix, dude. I'll have to return that to you. I hate it when Google does that. I hate when Google does that. I hate when Amazon and Netflix do that. They set up the search engine results so it looks like they have the movie, and when you get to it, they go, oh no, we don't have this movie, but you can pay extra for it. I will refund those points because it's not actually available on either of them. Anyway, right, so that was today. We've done a gnome giveaway. We've kind of semi-successfully had the stream happen on Twitch. On YouTube. Obviously, it's happened on Twitch. We're very capable of streaming on Twitch. We've kind of had the stream happen on YouTube, so the restream thing has partially worked. I need to double check how it sets up some of the details though, because it's not necessarily done them as much as I would like. So that's a bit of a pain in the bum that I have to go and set up all the details separately on each stream. But that might just be that's just like an extra. Once I've got a standard set of details for YouTube, that won't be too bad. That won't be too bad once I've got a standard set of details for YouTube, because then I can just paste them all in. And this, for anyone who's for anyone who is obviously and clearly panicking about such things, this is not I'm leaving for YouTube. This is just if I can easily stream to both of them, I might as well. Before you know it, I'll be streaming to TikTok as well. I believe that's the thing. We won't be doing that. Anywho, we are going to wrap up the stream now. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, doing the same thing. So tomorrow's stream, regular time. Thursday's stream, I'll be streaming in the afternoon rather than the morning. Just because that makes my organisation of my life a bit easier. Yeah. So, if you've been here, thank you very much. If you've been talking in chat, thank you even more. I've told you where I'll be. So whatever you choose to do with the rest of your day, I hope that you have a fantabulous time. Until I next see you. Until then, bye-bye.